Hi guys, so I'm back again. Whilst I still have time this morning, I'm going to film a book haul for you. I know I've not long done a book haul, I do apologise. Basically I got a gift card for Amazon. It was like a £10 gift card I got for Christmas. I know I really should have spent it sooner, but I was like holding off for like a special purchase. You know when someone gives you like a Christmas present, like a gift card for Christmas, and you're like, I need to get something good with it because they're gonna ask me what I bought with it, and it needs to be good. Then I thought, screw it, I'll just buy what I want. Most of these books, apart from the Iron Fae books that I bought, were bought through the Amazon marketplace rather than from Amazon. Because whilst each book from the marketplace has a £2.80 shipping charge per book, it worked out cheaper than buying the books with free shipping from Amazon. And when you're getting books like this for a penny, paying £2.80 shipping is kind of meh. So, I shall just get started and get into it because I have a few Waterstones purchases to share with you as well because, you know, I can't stay away from Waterstones. It's like every time I walk past it, I'm like, come, look at the books. So I picked up the Infernal Devices book 1, Clockwork Angel. I've been meaning to get this for a while because I've heard from many people that it's better to read Cassandra Clare's books in the order they were published because that way you understand like better reading them the order they were published rather than the chronological order of reading them or something. You get what I mean. Better to read them in the order they were written rather than the order they're numbered. I picked up the 3 other books in the Iron Fae series. I have the Iron Knight. No. I have the Iron King. So I got the Iron Queen, the Iron Daughter, and the Iron Knight. So I can't wait to get reading these. I'll probably read this series over Christmas or something. I got Insurgent by Baraka Roth, the continuation of Divergent. A bit miffed that they changed the covers, but you know, it's the stuff inside that counts. I've heard from a few people that it's a good sequel, but I've also heard from other people that it's a bit disappointing, a bit predictable, but you know, it's YA fiction, it's dystopian, there's not really much in the surprise realms that could happen, but I'm looking forward to reading it anyway. I picked up this book that I've never heard of before. It's by an author called Cresley Cole and it's part of a series called The Dark Immortals, and I'm sure you can guess it's a vampire book. Obviously, it's me, I love vampire books. It's called A Hunger Like No Other. Is that not the smuttiest cover you ever did see in your life? This puts 50 Shades of Grey to shame. I can't read this in public. It's like a bedtime book for me. I got Entwined by Heather Dixon. This is a fairy tale story. What's this say? Come and mend your broken hearts here, just when Azalea should feel that everything is before her. Beautiful gowns, dashing suitors, balls filled with dancing. It's taken away, all of it, and Azalea is trapped. The keeper understands. He's trapped too. Held for centuries within the walls of the palace, so he extends an invitation. Every night Azalea and her 11 sisters may step through the enchanted passage in their room to dance in his silver forest. But there's a cost. The keeper likes to keep things. Azalea may not realize how tangled she is in his web until it's too late. I'm sure Misty from Misty and the Book Crap said something about it being based on a fairy tale called The 12 Dancing Sisters. It's a fairy tale I've never heard of, but you know, there is like masses of fairy tales. I have the big book of Grimm's Brothers fairy tales that that I hope to read eventually, but I can't find it, so yeah, kind of sucks. I got Faithful by Claudia Gray. This is the author who wrote the Evernight series. Loved that series. And this is about Titanic. Something about ghosts or ghouls. But yeah, I like her writing, so it could be good, it could be bad. We'll find out when I read it. I got Forbidden by Tabitha Suzumba. And this is a book about incest. I've heard it's an interesting take on a taboo subject, which is why I'm reading it. Not because I'm interested in incest. Duh. I picked up The Magician's Guild by Trudy Canavan. I can never say this woman's name right. This was recommended to me by the man who owns the cafe next door to the one I work in. He says these are amazing, and I was telling him about the Mortal Instruments series, and he was like, hey, if you like those, you might like this, so I'm getting it. And there's so many books in the series, so yeah. Lastly, from Amazon, these two non-fiction books, they're like biography type books. This one is 30 something and over it, what happens when you get up and don't want to go to work ever again. I read a review of this in Elle magazine years ago, and I just always wanted to pick it up. It's been on my wish list for like 3 years or something. And this one is Save Karen, a true life shopaholics journey to debt and back, and this is about a woman who moves from Chicago to New York and runs up like $20,000 worth of debt whilst adjusting to her lifestyle in New York, and she sets up like a website basically asking people for money. She wrote a book about it, and as she says in the synopsis, you're probably jealous that you didn't think of it first. Which I thought was funny. Onto Waterstone's purchases. Firstly is a book by P.D. James, Death Comes to Pemberley. Basically, Lydia Wickham runs into Pemberley and is crying to Darcy and Elizabeth, saying that Wickham is dead. He's been murdered. I have not read this yet. My mother has read this twice, almost 3 times. The only reason she hasn't read it a 3rd time is because I asked for it back so I could do this video. She says it's amazing. She's recommended it to everybody she sees us holding it, so I'm guessing it's good. I'll read it sometime. I picked up The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valente. Or Valent. I'm not sure. It's got an E on the end. I don't know if it's silent or not. But it's one of these ones with the cool hardback / paperback cover. Oh, she looks cute. Look at the upper picture. No, she looks ace. But yeah, I've heard this is supposed to be like our generation's Alice in Wonderland. So I'm kind of looking forward to reading this. I picked up Doctor of Smoke and Bone by Lena Taylor, or Laini, Laini. I don't know how to say that name. But yeah, I've heard so much about this book, and it's being made into film, and a sequel coming out, and I just wanted to freaking read it. And then we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Same reasons, you know, it's being made into film, there's a sequel, I've heard so much about it. Everyone said it's freaking amazing. I want to read it. So I finally picked that up. And lastly, I got a couple of classics. I don't know why I'm showing you the backs, but whatever. This is Beleaguered City and Other Tales of the Seen and Unseen by Margaret Oliphant. And this is like Victorian ghost stories kind of thing. It sounded good at the time. All I'm saying is it sounded good at the time. I hope it is good. But it's one of those books that has the really tiny freaking print and you like have to sit down and focus to read it. So that'll take me a long time to read. And then we have The Open Door by Catherine Carswell, and this is from 1920, I believe. I read part of the first chapter and I couldn't put it down. I was reading on the bus, I nearly missed my stop. It is quite gripping. What's the word? Like attention grabbing, the way it's written. But yeah. Plus the cover kind of drew me in. It's all very impressionist and Renoir. I love me a little bit of Renoir and Degas. Oh, I love Degas. His work is just... If I could have written my English, not my English essay, my art essay on Degas, I think I would have gotten a better score rather than writing about Jean-Paul Gaultier's Basque for Madonna. I didn't have a choice in that. I was just given a card, write about this picture. Just write about this picture. And it's Madonna's cone thing, you know, that Jean-Paul Gaultier designed. And trying to get 500 words about that is just impossible. Sorry. Last book. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. I've always wanted to read a Dickens book. I don't know why I never have. I tried to read David Copperfield once, but I think I was just too young at the time, maybe. I don't know. Too many big words for me. But I figure if I'm going to read a Dickens, I'd be as well read Great Expectations, because it's one of my favourite adaptions. And that is everything! Hopefully this is below 15 minutes, otherwise you guys won't get to see it. But if you're seeing it, then it's probably under 15 minutes, so yeah. I'd better go get ready for work now. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye. Oh, and if you read any of these books and you want to comment on them, feel free, don't leave any spoilers. Tell me which one you think I should read first. Because I need to set myself like a reading list, a target of some sort. And yeah. Anyways, bye bye.